Hello, I'm Tanya Sethi, and my project with Professor Johannes Hochhofer evaluates the effect of information balance on political belief and opinion updating. This is an ongoing study, so I'm presenting the research design in this presentation. The key problem that this project looks at is the increased polarization in democracies across the world, specifically in countries such as US, Brazil, and India. When policymakers do not agree on a common ground, it makes it very difficult for them to design and implement policies. It is possible that people's cognitive biases, while they process new information, drive some of the divergence and polarization that we see in political beliefs and attitudes in these parts of the world. So, the key question that we are looking at is what is the effect of balance of information on political beliefs and attitude updating? By valence of information, we mean if the information is perceived favorably or unfavorably by the individual. Beliefs are the ideas that a person holds to be true, and attitudes are their mental dispositions towards others. The, the current literature on political beliefs and attitudes has mixed results. While there's some evidence that says that people update more if the new information is in the direction of their priors, there's other evidence that says that actually people update the most when the new information is further from their priors. Our hypothesis is that people update political beliefs and attitudes asymmetrically. This means that they update more in the direction of the information if they perceive it to be favorable to them, but less if they perceive it to be unfavorable to them. To test this hypothesis, we set up an RCT where we estimate the effect of balance of new information about immigrants to participants' beliefs and attitudes in the US. So here we define favorable information as one that is close to participants' ideal immigrant characteristics. So we focus on 5 key immigrant characteristics. This includes number of immigrants, illegal immigrants, the share of refugees, their English language abilities, and their skill and labor market participation. We recruit 900 American residents from Amazon Mechanical Turk, an online platform, and we gain data on self-reported measures on priors and ideals about immigrant characteristics. After we provide treatment to the treatment group, we measure beliefs, attitudes, and policy preference towards immigrants for the entire participation group. We also ask for their socioeconomic and demographic status, and then we do a follow-up survey to assess if the change that we see in political beliefs and attitudes is retained over a period of time. So in this experiment, our dependent variable is a belief index, an attitude index, and a policy preference index about all the immigrant characteristics that we've discussed before. The key variable of interest is an interaction term between treatment and information valence. And information valence is measured as the distance between self-reported ideal position and the signal provided in the information treatment. So we work with an example now to understand how we're doing it by focusing on one of the characteristics, which is the number of immigrants. So to measure the prior, we first ask what percentage of the total US population they think are immigrants in a recent year. Then to ask for to measure the ideals, we ask them what is their ideal share of immigrants in the US in the same year. To the treatment group, we tell them what their reported answers were to the previous 2 questions, and then we tell them the actual percentage of immigrants in the US during that time. Now we measure the attitudes by asking questions like, do you agree that there are too many immigrants in the US? Or do you think that the number of legal immigrants coming to the US each year should be increased? Now we measure the beliefs by asking the question again on the number of immigrants in the US. And then to assess their policy preferences, we provide them an option to sign a petition or make a donation to a pro-immigrant campaign. These are some of the sources that we have referred to for the study. Thank you very much.